Hi, this is Peter Darts Clairvoyant here, and I'm doing a astrology reading here for Virgo April 2020. So that's Virgo April 2020. Now, you Virgoans can be quite critical sometimes, and you're a bit of a perfectionist as well. So it's like you want everything to be just so. And do you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. But you've got to be careful how you go about it when it comes to other people. It's like I can see you winding other people up, whether they just want you to get things done or you want them to be, or they want you to be a bit more in balance with them. So I just feel as though don't worry too much about it, but just try and sort of be critical with yourself if you have to be, or sort of making sure everything's just right for you. But when it comes to other people, you just need to perhaps just back off a little bit and give them just space to do what they want and how they want to do it. Because I feel as if you keep nudging them or pushing them, I feel like you could drive certain people away from you. And you don't want to be doing that because you need them around you. They're part of your life path and they're good friendships or family. And you just need to sort of be in balance with them, not the other way around. So it's like not everybody is you. We've all got our own personalities, we've all got our own little quirky ways, and we're all different. So you've got to accept yourself for who you are, and you've got to accept them for who they are. And I feel that they tried the best with you, but it's like you've got to stop worrying what they're doing. So if there's anybody around you at the moment who's kind of really frustrating you or winding you up because they're doing something in a particular way, or you feel that they're doing something they shouldn't be doing it, back off. I feel as though leave them to it, as otherwise it's going to come back on you and it won't be good. It'll put you right out, and it will knock your confidence away you connect with people. So just leave them to it. If they come to you for advice, then that's different. But if they're sort of doing something that you don't like the way they're doing it, then I would stay well out of it, as otherwise it could come back to bite you, and it's something you don't really want to get involved in. So this is something I feel as though you really need to think about. Now, other than that, I just feel as though as you're moving forward a little bit, I kind of get the feeling as if to say, I'm wanting some changes. And I feel like these changes are there now, but all you've got to do now is just sort of take your time and think about making the right choices for you. And it is about time that you come out your comfort zone a little bit. And I feel so the more you come out your comfort zone, the more you can change. And I feel so this change is not so much personality wise, but more to do the way you do things or what you are doing. And I just feel that this would be really good. It's almost like exciting times are coming up around you. And if you can just take that leap of faith and don't question it too much, then I think life can unfold so much more quicker for you. And I think in this quietness around at the moment, I think you realise how certain things you're doing are not doing you good anymore. It's almost like you feel like you've been stuck in a rut and you haven't had the changes that you've wanted. But now you're ready for change, because I feel as though you're in a new routine at the moment and you didn't think you could do it, but you've done it and you're still doing it. And I just think it's good. So I feel as though now it's time to implement those new routines into something else. So whether it be to do with career or the way you go about sort of connecting with different people, I think go and bring those changes in. I think it'd be very good and very beneficial. So get out there now and push yourself forward. So yes, so get out there now and push yourself forward. And talking about career, I just feel so, wouldn't it be great now if you could bring something new in that would really excite you and motivate you now for the next few years? So I feel so, don't be frightened to go back and study and learn some new skills, or go into a job and where you've got to train and learn the new skills. I think it'd be good, very exciting, very beneficial, and very financially rewarding for you, because it's almost like you've grown and changed a lot over the last few years. And I feel as though you've become a lot more confident in yourself. So I feel as though this is the time now to embrace that. But if you keep just on the path that you're on, you'll find yourself getting bored, frustrated, and it's dragging you down. So everything that you've built up within your confidence, you're knocking it straight back down again. It's like you reach a peak and then you come straight down. And that's not good. So what you should be doing now is expanding on what you've done and what you've learned. And as you do that, I just think it's really good. Now, I do feel also, you Virgoans, I feel like, you could be very good at giving advice, even though sometimes it's a bit like your way and you're trying to put it on there, but you are a good listener, and I think you have got skills there. So if you wanted to do something completely different, do think about counselling, or sort of going into social work, or anything to do with helping and guiding people, especially where it's very challenging with mental health or addictions and something like that. I think you could quite surprise yourself that you could be very good at it. Yes, you will have to sort of hold back on some of your thoughts. You've got to be more generalized, not what you would do, but you can bring that into it a little bit. But I feel like with the right training, I think you could be very good at it. So it's time to get out there now and expand your horizons, expand your universe, and see where it all takes you. It's like it's an exciting time at the moment. I've also got you sort of feeling a bit philosophical, and whether that sort of taps into religion or just what's going on around you in your environment, whether it's locally or whether it's more worldwide. And I just feel as though, you could create a blog or something and get your voice heard. Because, like I say, you've got an amazing opinion. And I'm not saying it's right and I'm not saying it's wrong. But, people like you will follow you, and people who don't, they won't. It's their choice, their free will. Like you've got free will to speak your mind and document it. And I think it could be a newfound passion. And I think the more you do it and the more you grow it, and it becomes quite substantial, you could then sort of link up and get some people to advertise on this, and get some advertising companies, and it could actually bring you a stream of income in. It will take a bit of time for it to get to that point, but it would. And you could always look at that as if to say, well, it could take 5 years to build up for that. But then you could say, as that money comes in, I could sort of save that, or keep it for leisure. And then as you get older, it could be your pension fund. So I think it could be very, very interesting, because people would read it. And I think you could connect the blog with sort of Google, and you can also connect it with YouTube and do different things. So I think it would really, really work. So get out there and get your views heard. It's a way of putting your opinions out there without being criticized to your face. And that could really be good for you, because I think if you did it sort of verbally in front of somebody, it would knock your confidence. But because you're not really actually speaking your voice, you're just out there to the universe, and nobody's actually connecting with you personally, it's like your confidence grows. So go and see where that leads you. I think it's exciting times to do something like this along those lines. See what you feel. When it comes to money, I have got money growing. And I just feel as though with different things and ideas, it's like your income can grow slowly or dramatically depending on what you do and what you connect with. But I just feel as though it's out there. Try and tidy up the bills a little bit. Just feels though some things are getting a little bit out of hand, and I think if you were to check them out, reorganize them a little bit, you could be financially better off at the end of the month. And I think that will be good, or that money could be better spent somewhere else. That's more rewarding for you. And when it comes to your health, I just feel so just keep an eye on your eyes and keep an eye on your nose. I just feel so it's either colds or something affecting you, and maybe you just need an eye test to see where you're at with your eyes. I'm not saying there's anything wrong, but I'm just drawn to your eyes for some reason. So keep an eye on that a little bit, and just watch your tiredness. I've just got you feeling a little bit tired, a bit drained. So don't be frightened to go and have that extra sleep, that extra little bit of rest in the day, whatever. And maybe while it's times at this, you could rest a little bit more. It would do you really, really good. So get yourself out there, get yourself sorted, and you'll be great. When it comes to family, I just feel so try and be there for them and connect with them. But when you're giving advice to family, don't sort of put your views too strongly. Just think, well, if I were to do this, you could do this, or you could do that, or you could do this. Give them options, and that way you're not telling them, and also doesn't put the pressure on you. And then they can go away and think about it and say, oh, this person said this and this person said that, and to give me the right advice, and it was brilliant. And I think that's the way to go about it. And I feel as though it'd be a bit like writing that blog. You're sort of connecting, giving options of what you're feeling. And I think it could be very, very beneficial. And they would be very, very appreciative of that information, because you have got a wealth of knowledge to give and life experience. So go out there now and give it. I think it's really, really good. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Okay, when it comes to your home, I've got you sort of wanting to just not do too much at the moment, and that's fine. And I don't think you will do too much this year. There's other things going on that you're going to be sorting out. But next year, you will start to make some changes about a home. And I think even towards the end of this year, you might even start to think about a house move, but it won't kick in till possibly next year or a bit beyond. But I just feel as though it's there. So whatever you're doing with your home, just keep doing it. You'll be fine. And whatever I say doesn't fit with every Virgo, but I'm sure it all makes sense a little bit. Okay. So overall, things seem to be coming together okay. So just keep doing what you're doing. It's more about you and your voice for you this month. And your voice needs to be heard, but it needs to be heard in the right way. And that's going to be so, so important. It's about not sort of controlling, but guiding. And guiding is all about giving options and a viewpoint, but not telling and being forceful. And once you've got that voice sort of balanced correctly, I think it can be an amazing tool that can get you somewhere and can get other people somewhere in life as well. So have a serious think about that and see if it makes sense to you. Might not fit with everyone, but a few of you, it certainly will. So onwards and upwards, Virgo. So thanks very much for listening. Stay safe, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.